On October 7, 2000, a young woman living in Malaysia left her home to go to work. She caught a bus and headed towards her workplace, but she never reached her destination. The mystery of what happened to her and how it changed Malaysia forever remains unsolved. Noor Suzaily Mukhtar, known affectionately as Noor, is a Malaysian woman whose compelling story is featured in today's video. Residing in the picturesque Bukit Tinggi, she was surrounded by the unwavering love and support of her family. Her devoted mother Harisun Hussein, her father Mukhtar Ibrahim, and her 4 siblings, with Noor holding the position of the 3rd child. Noor's life seemed to be on a promising path, having recently finalized her marriage plans and achieving academic success by graduating from De Montfort University. Professionally, she had fulfilled a long-held ambition by securing her dream job as a computer engineer. Despite her professional success, the demands of her career led to a physical separation from her family's comforting presence. Noor found herself sharing a room with her roommate, Rosamliza Umar, as she navigated the challenges and rewards of her professional life. Flourishing in her role, Noor's dedication and talent were evident, and life appeared to be flowing smoothly, brimming with purpose and potential. However, the tranquility of Noor's life was abruptly shattered on October 7, 2000. On that fateful day, Noor left her home as usual, unaware that it would mark a harrowing turning point. Her roommate, Rosamliza Umar, was the last person known to have seen Noor before she mysteriously disappeared. What awaited Noor was a nightmarish ordeal, a terrifying experience that no woman should ever have to endure. Noor leaves her home every day for work. She works at a medical center. The route to her workplace was quite long, so she decided to board an Express Kiara bus. The bus was en route to Port Klang from the Klang bus terminal in Kuala Lumpur. Noor was not alone on the bus. There were other passengers with her. As the bus made its stops, the number of passengers decreased. Eventually, there was only one passenger left besides the driver and Noor. The driver, without informing Noor, changed the route towards Jalan Bukit Tinggi. This made Noor uneasy as she was used to taking a different route to her workplace. Feeling scared, Noor tried to seek help by shouting, but the deserted area made it difficult for anyone to hear her. The driver then resorted to violence, assaulting Noor and restraining her. However, some people outside the bus heard Noor's cries for help and intervened. Among them was a brave young man named Devon, who was on his way to a tuition class. The situation was eventually diffused, but it left Noor shaken. Despite her fear, she was grateful for the strangers who came to her aid. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of staying vigilant and looking out for one another in times of need. The pursuit of the bus by the 4 men began when they attempted to stop the bus driver at Taman Chi Leong, but he continued driving. The driver only noticed the 4 men after stopping at Jalan Sambao, where he reversed the bus before driving away again towards Taman Chi Leong. The driver accelerated the bus due to the men carrying iron rods and sticks, leading to a confrontation at a deserted area where the driver assaulted Noor. During the altercation, Noor was unable to defend herself, and tragically, she was strangled to death with her own hijab. The driver disposed of Noor's body at a construction site before fleeing the scene. Passers-by discovered Noor's lifeless body and promptly reported the incident to the police. The autopsy conducted by Dr. Halim bin Mansa at Tengku Ampuan Rahimah Hospital revealed that Noor's death was caused by strangulation and a severe head injury, with a total of 44 injuries on her body, including a broken neck. Furthermore, evidence suggested the involvement of another individual at the scene, prompting the police to launch a thorough investigation. The devastating loss of Noor left her family shattered as they struggled to come to terms with the horrific circumstances of her death. The harrowing ordeal served as a stark reminder of the dangers faced by young women in society, prompting a call for justice and accountability. In a shocking turn of events, fear had gripped the hearts of many, as it seemed like no girl was safe. The police expedited their investigation, gathering clues and evidence swiftly. It was through these pieces of evidence that the murderer of Noor was apprehended within just 3 days. The culprit was caught at the North Klang terminal station, and after thorough interrogation, the driver confessed to his crime. His name was revealed to be Hanafi Mat Hassan, a 34-year-old resident of Bachok, Kelantan. Following further questioning, Hanafi led the police to the location where he had disposed of Noor's belongings and documents. A bag containing personal documents of Noor was recovered from the site. Despite initial denial of involvement, Hanafi eventually admitted to the crime. It was discovered that Hanafi had been married 4 times, divorcing his first 3 wives and keeping custody of their 3 daughters. He had recently married for the 4th time, and his current wife was pregnant. The revelation of Hanafi's actions, despite having 3 daughters from previous marriages, was indeed shocking. It raises questions about what could drive a man to commit such heinous acts, even after experiencing the responsibilities of fatherhood multiple times. Perhaps these are the reasons why his relationships with his wives failed, ultimately leading to divorce. During the course of the investigation, it came to light that Hanafi was wanted in 1988 by the state authorities of Pahang for allegedly raping one of his ex-wives in Mentakab, Pahang. Subsequently, in 1996, Hanafi was also sentenced to 30 months in jail for assault and robbery. Fast forward to March 12, 2001, the day Hanafi was brought before the Shah Alam High Court to face charges of murder and abduction. The court proceedings revealed that Hanafi was accompanied by a driver named Davin, who had been following the bus in question. DNA testing conducted at the time matched Hanafi's DNA with semen found on Noor's body, which was collected by the police. During the trial, a 18-year-old student Devan provided testimony indicating that he witnessed Hanafi adjusting his pants while seated in the bus driver's seat. Devon asserted that this observation led to the inevitable conclusion that Hanafi had committed the crime. Additionally, Hamid Sultan, a key witness, highlighted the findings of pathologist Dr. Abdul Halim Mansar. Dr. Mansar confirmed the presence of 2 recent hymen tears on the victim, along with evidence of oozing, indicating that the victim had been raped prior to her death. Furthermore, DNA analysis conclusively linked the seminal stains to Hanafi. During his testimony, Hanafi maintained his innocence in the case of Noor. He admitted to being the driver of the bus she had boarded and picking up a woman who claimed to be Noor. According to Hanafi, the woman disembarked the bus and a friend of his boarded as the final passenger. Hanafi explained that he was engaged in conversation with this friend when he narrowly avoided hitting 18-year-old student A. Devon, who had testified for the prosecution. Concerned for his safety upon seeing a group of men armed with iron rods and sticks approaching the bus, Hanafi made the decision to drive away to avoid a potential altercation. Harrison shared that her family was deeply concerned for her well-being in the months following her daughter's tragic passing. Alongside her husband, she is also a parent to 3 sons and 5 beloved grandchildren. The memory of her daughter, Noor, still lingers in her dreams. Harrison reflects on what could have been, as Noor would have turned 30 this year and possibly become a mother herself. The couple expressed their heartfelt appreciation to the judges, investigators, prosecutors, and all those who played a role in the case. They are grateful for the support and prayers from everyone who stood by them during this difficult time. When Noor family received news of Hanafi's execution, her father felt a sense of relief and satisfaction, knowing that justice had been served for his daughter's killer. He harbored no forgiveness towards Hanafi for taking his daughter's life. Despite his feelings towards Hanafi, he did express sympathy towards Hanafi's family, recognizing that they were not responsible for the tragic murder of Noor. Noor's family was overjoyed when their daughter finally received justice, but their happiness was overshadowed by the unfulfilled dreams she had. Her bedroom remains almost untouched since she left 6 years ago, with the only addition being a glass display cabinet. This cabinet now holds Noor's most cherished possessions, her collection of soft toys and the Queen Anne silver serving dishes she had purchased for her wedding. Her parents have since taken to sleeping in her room, finding solace in being closer to their beloved daughter who was tragically taken from them at the age of 24. The once prominently displayed pictures of Noor in the sitting room of their modest home in Taman Sereni have now been carefully packed away, with the exception of one photo of her and her fiancé that she kept in her room. The memories of Noor continue to linger in their home, a constant reminder of the life that was cut short too soon. If you are thinking that this issue has come to a standstill, you are mistaken. When Noor's case came to light, people raised their voices against the lack of safety for women. Keeping this in mind, the Malaysian government took several strict measures to ensure justice for women by implementing new laws. Many, including then Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, condemned Hanafi Mat Hassan for his disgraceful acts. This tragic event not only captured national attention, but also served as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by women in society. The public outcry over the escalating violence against women was further fueled by new cases of brutal murders, such as the tragic killing of Noor Shuhada Borak, which occurred around the same time as Noor's murder. These incidents heightened the sense of fear and insecurity among citizens, especially women, who felt increasingly at risk. Despite assurances from the police that the recent surge in such crimes did not indicate a rising trend in rapes in the country, the public's skepticism reflected a deeper societal unease about the prevalence of violence against women and the efficacy of law enforcement efforts. In 2022, when Malaysia was contemplating the abolition of mandatory death penalty, the case of Noor emerged as a central point in the discourse on capital punishment. This case, along with other high-profile incidents such as the 2003 murder of Kanny Ong, shed light on the intricate complexities and emotional gravity surrounding the issue. Mak Keong, the Secretary General of Gerakan, publicly voiced his support for the abolition of mandatory death penalty. However, he underscored the importance of thoughtful deliberation, asserting that capital punishment should remain an option for exceptionally heinous crimes like the Noor case. He believed that reserving the death penalty for such extreme circumstances would better serve justice for the victims and their families. Ultimately, in April 2023, Malaysia sanctioned the abolition of mandatory death sentences. This groundbreaking decision empowered judges to exercise discretion in imposing either the death penalty or a prison term of 30 to 40 years for individuals convicted of murder, signifying a significant shift in the country's approach to capital punishment. The discourse surrounding the Noor Suzaily case exemplified the profound moral and ethical considerations entwined in the reform of the justice system. Today, our crime documentary comes to an end. We hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked this documentary, please subscribe for more content like this.